Hi, so I wanted to come on here and talk about my 2023 financial successes. There was a lot going on, especially towards the end of the year. But this is not even talking about me having to get my car fixed of 3,000 something dollars. So yeah, let's just dive into it, okay? So for 2023, let's just break it down here, okay? I made $705 on YouTube. Now, you guys know a bulk of that went towards like secret giveaways, me just giving to you guys. I will say all of that 700, besides like 50 or $100, went towards myself. Because even outside of YouTube, I did give away like things to friends and like congratulations. So that came from that money. So yeah, there was somebody at my job who was having a baby, so I did donate for her baby shower. So yeah, let's just say YouTube, that's how much I made on YouTube in the year of 2023. But yeah, like 100 of that went towards me, okay? Now these other amounts, I rounded either up or down, but they're really close, so they're within that range. So if it's like 5,400, I rounded it up to 5,500, okay? So Amazon net, so I'm going to give you guys net. This is what I brought in, okay? What I brought in outside of taxes, okay? With Amazon, I did not contribute anything to a 401k. I wasn't too sure of how long I was going to be there for, so I didn't want to transfer money into a 401k, which I should have, but I didn't, because there is free money to be had, okay? If a job is going to contribute, whether it's 3% at 100, like at 100%, invest, like put that into a 401k. You can roll over your 401k into like an IRA or a rollover 401k or something like that. But I didn't do that because I was not too sure how long I was going to be there for, okay? But for Amazon, net pay, okay, not gross, but net, I brought home 5,600, which we'll get into that in just a moment. From my primary job, my full-time job, y'all, my full-time job. Now this includes me getting oh my goodness, this includes me starting to get like monthly bonuses starting, I think it was in April was the first one. $40,000. Huh? $40,000. Now, mind you, of course, a lot of this is net. So you figure I donate to my 401k, healthcare, taxes. $40,000 is what I brought home. So you figure if between, let's say, YouTube, Amazon, and my primary full-time job, I would have brought home $46,305. So let's just say $46,300, okay? Now, let's talk about school loans. School loans pick back up in September, right? No more like forbearance time frame. So with Amazon, I think it was around like April-ish, I started to save up strictly for school loans with Amazon money. I never used Amazon as additional money for myself. Now let me say that for savings. My intention with Amazon was strictly just to get out the house and be active, because my full-time job, I do work from home, okay? So Amazon wasn't like, oh, I need a secondary job. It wasn't that at all. So just to give you guys context on Amazon. Of course, if some new people are watching, I strictly know I can survive off my full-time job. So anyways, $46,300. Now, from September through December, your girl put $5,300 into my school loans. So that basically kind of leaves me with $300 from Amazon left over. And then once again, like YouTube, I put down 700 because I did give away more money. But so let's just say YouTube money, we're not going to calculate that for like any type of savings, the $100, because I did give myself like $100 throughout the year. So altogether, if you do 46,300 from all of those YouTube, Amazon, and my full-time job, subtract away the school loans, $5,300. And I will say, in that $5,300, your girl did earn or win $2,500 to go towards my school loans from my full-time job. But once again, that $2,500 was included in that $40,000 from my full-time job. Okay, so with all of my income minus the school loans and minus YouTube, your girl's back down to $40,000. Okay, $40,000. Now, another thing I do want to mention, because I do have to put this in there, right? All of our finances is different. What bills we have to pay is different. But I'm just going to put this out there. I think it was like in November or October-ish, I decided to start paying my how can I say it, my rent in full myself, right? Because I was like, I got to get used to this additional income that I do have coming in will not last forever. So I put it down as me paying my full, if I were to have paid my full rent versus this half of the rent, I rounded the full amount of extra income of $5,000 for the year. Of course, I think it was a little bit less than that, but we're just going to say $5,000 of extra income that I did get throughout the year. Now, because I was only paying half, let's say this, because I was only paying half of my rent for a bulk of the year, the other amount was just going into savings, right? Whether it was rent savings or just savings, okay? So if we include the $40,000 plus the additional income of me not paying my rent in full because I have some other income coming in, which will eventually run out, we're up to $45,000 net, okay? $45,000 net. Now, as you guys know, I did save $15,000 last year, which is amazing. I am a single mom. I'm a widow. I will say this. I am very content with what I have. I love my car. Yes, did I have to put $3,000 into it? Yes, I did. My apartment, is it new? No. Would I want a new car? Of course. New cars are amazing, but I love the current car I have. I've had it since 2011. I keep saying November of 2011, but it was actually October of 2011, like towards the end. Let me verify, because I'm doing laundry right now. I got like 6 minutes left. So yeah, I do want to just mention that because I think that's very important to be content with what you have. And this is why I'm mentioning all of this. Now, if you guys watch my other videos, y'all already know that I always mention being content, because I think that's a very important part of living below your means and not getting caught what is it, like income, like income creep, you know, like once your income starts to increase, you start to spend more. So yeah, so let's say we saved up 15,000 last year. So if we do 45,000 minus the 15,000 into savings, we basically lived off $30,000 for 2023, in which that's what I am used to. That's what I always felt comfortable with. So as long as I have a job that I can bring in net of $30,000, I'm good. So you figure between, let's say, $30,000, and let's say rent is $1,000. Rent is a little bit less than $1,000, but let's say rent is altogether $12,000. Your girl is left with $18,000 for the rest of the year between anything else, you know, any other bills, cell phone, heating, electricity, and things like that. So, like, I can't express it enough that it is so, for me, it is so important to be content. I know I shared with you guys on my community tab a couple of things. Now, this is not a flex. This is not trying to prove how good I am with finances. None of that, because I still have moments where I'm just like, I don't care. We got, if you guys don't know, like October, like starting like in August, September, like I know definitely October, November, and December, I was not on any type of budget for food. I'm just like, I don't care. I'm done with budgeting. I know how to spend. I know to be within my limits, but I wasn't strict, you know. So yeah, I spent more money on food and groceries. I didn't care, you know. We saved up 15,000. Now some of that did have to go towards my $3,000 car repair. You figure also in 2023 we paid off my son's car. So just a couple of things with me. I do not have credit card debt. I shared with you guys also one of my credit cards, my Discover credit card in my community tab. On the credit card, I had over $15,000 in expenses. You hear that, right? $15,000 worth of expenses on my credit card for 2023. But anytime I had a bill, I paid it off. So you guys seen in there, I did not accrue any interest. Okay, so I will say this, it's also me being responsible with my finances, not spending more than I have. $15,000 is a lot. Is a lot. But a bulk of that, how I do things is I do put things on my credit card. A lot of things on my credit card. The only things I don't put on my credit card is like my electricity and my heating, because I do that with my account number and routing number. So yeah, just putting that out there. But you know, buying things there, I mention these things to you when I make videos. Now of course 2024 is a little bit different of how I'm doing my videos and how often I'm speaking about things, which is okay. Change is good. Sometimes you just gotta take a step back. The other thing I mentioned as well in my community tab, if I didn't mention this already, I have a CD which I opened up in April of 2023, a 12-month CD, which the rate is at like a 4.5% annual percentage yield, which I'm like, I should have held out, because interest on some of the CDs are at 5.25%. So I'm like, man, I'm missing out almost on like definitely like almost like 1%. But that's okay. This is like my first time actually doing a CD, a 12-month CD, or just a CD in general. I don't ever remember having a CD, you guys. So yeah, I just want to mention that. Also, what else is there? yeah, I earned $1,167.49. So between like the CD, which I consider like a high yield savings account, HYSA, and then, you know, having my other funds, like say forth the funds that I was saving up to go towards my school loan and that. So that's free money. I know a lot of people, especially on YouTube, like to do these huge cash envelope stuffings. Okay, it's good and all, but if you're keeping that money at home, you're losing out on money worth of interest. You know what I mean? Like, I know, like, seeing the money definitely gets views. It gets people like enticed, but just think about it. Especially like the savings, like, not, let me say this, not oh, it's done. Okay, so let me go in here. Give me a moment. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I don't know where I left off, but I know I was talking about high yield savings accounts. I will say, you know, we do see a lot of channels, you know, where people are doing these savings challenges and they're just keeping the money at home. If I know it's nice to see, but that money is not working for the person, you know. Some of them may have like thousands of dollars. I've seen people with thousands of dollars, and I'm like, why is that money not in a savings account, you know? Now I will say this, most banks, like physical banks, don't have high interest rates. A lot of savings accounts that have the high yield savings are basically digital. They're all online. So I have Capital One savings, and I also have Discover savings. Both of those rates are at the same rate. I will say this, of course, it wasn't always at 4%. Okay, of course, with the government increasing like the variable interest rate, that has affected the interest rates on like the savings and things like that, because it was like less than 1% before, you guys, and then it started creeping up along with the things. So I will say this, if they do start to decrease or make cuts to that variable interest rate, then the savings accounts may start to decrease. So for me, I am thinking about my CD, right? It comes to maturity as of April 10th or April 9th. I'm trying to figure out if I'm just going to roll that over into a new CD and see what the rate is at that time. Now, I will say, if you, and this is something I had to think about as well, right? I personally would not put all of my savings into a CD, because if you try to pull the money out before it matures, so mine was for 12 months, say forth in the 9th month, I had to withdraw money, there's a penalty. So you are putting it into gain interest, but if you pull it out early before it matures at that 1 year mark or whatever the term is, you get penalized. So they pull basically some of the interest back. I don't know what the rate is, but like, if you're opening up a CD, make sure you don't have to use that money. My CD, I put $25,000 into it. Okay. Right now, outside of that, I have like $3,300 available. It wasn't like that before, because if you guys know, go back to some of my videos in December, I had a car repair I had to do, which I was okay with because I still had money on hand. But like, your life happens, right? Medical expenses happen. Y'all have seen me have medical expenses, more or less on like the mental health side. Yeah, and that's still ongoing, and it's very frustrating, but I'm not going to get into that with this video. But life happens. For the month of January, I got my son's brakes and rotors done. That was $400. So I mean, like, things add up really, really fast. And if you're putting all of your money into a CD, it may not be well. Because what happens when other expenses come up, you know what I mean? Oh, you can say, oh, well, I'll just use my credit card. If you can't pay that credit card off in time, I'm betting that interest rate on your credit card is way higher than the amount that you're earning in interest. So just a couple of things to think of. I share with you guys, you know, yes, I use my credit card a lot. My Discover credit card is one of the highest, like, ones. That's the one I use for a lot of my expenses throughout the year. Like, say if I'm going grocery shopping, that's there. Also, did I mention this? I think I need to mention this as well, because I think it was all the way up until, like, what, March or May, I forgot. Your girl did have some food stamps left over, or EBT left over from 2022, because in 2022 I had a part-time job. And you guys know during that time, they were giving the max allotment for food stamps, or EBT. And I was able to accumulate a lot of those, like probably like 2,000, 3,000, close to it. I was able to accumulate savings in my EBT card. So I think it was March or May that I started to have to pay out of pocket for my own groceries. So I should definitely, you know, mention that as well. But still, like, even if I did have to, that would be like $2,000 less, or $3,000 less than what I would have saved. So just is a lot of things to take into consideration. And this is my 2023 financial success. Will my success be the same for 2024? My meaning of success is saving up something. It doesn't have to be in the double digits or like thousands, you know. It can just be if I can save up $500, I'm happy, you know. As long as my bills are paid and I'm not going into debt, that itself is financial success to me. I will say, even people in my life, one little thing goes wrong and it's like, what happens? Like, it's so much anxiety. People are still in debt. Now you have to take it to this as well, okay? I am content with my car, but if I wasn't, I would have had a new car, payments of what, $5,700, you know, if I wanted a brand new car with not a large down payment. If I wanted to upgrade where I live at to a more luxurious apartment, then your girl will be paying double or triple the amount of what I'm paying right now. Well, let's say double the amount, or 2.5 of the amount that I'm paying right now. These things contribute to it, you know, trying to have that better life or that aesthetic. For what? To, you know, come on, show videos, or, you know, if you're on other social medias, yeah, it looks beautiful, but like, we live, and this has been me from the beginning, you know, so this is not hard for me. One thing I thought about, okay, was, Candace, you know how easy it is for you with money. It is easy for me with money because I'm content. But think about it this way, right? You're good with money, but you're not good with working out. You're not good with that motivation. It's hard. So in my logic, and this kind of clicked recently as I'm on my personal, you know, journey, that what's easy for one person is not easy for another. Yeah, it's as easy as writing down your starting point and your end point. Write down how much you're making, subtract out all your bills. I think that's easier than having to work out. But if you're not in that mindset to do and to figure out things and, you know, put forth that effort, it's not going to get done. I don't care how many videos you see this has to be a lifestyle change. Me wanting to get healthier mentally, physically, it's a lifestyle change. It's a mindset change, and it's hard. It's hard. So I can just only imagine on the financial side, even though it's easy for me, that may be hard for others, just wanting to see the numbers. I will say in the past, I'm like, I don't want to see the numbers. I don't want to see the numbers. I don't want to see how negative I am. I don't want to see how much I don't have after my paycheck. You know what I mean? Sometimes we don't want to face reality, because when we face it, it just brings us down. It can bring a person down a spiral, So sometimes it's just like, I give up, I give up. And that could be for a lot of different things. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I do hope everyone is doing well. I just want us to, even if we can have a little bit of savings is better than nothing. Once again, you guys, I do not have a car payment. I paid off my son's car. My car has been paid off for like, 10 years. And it's still running, but of course, I go through the occasional having to get the car fixed. So no car payment. This contributes to me being able to save up as much as I do. No car payment. And obviously my rent is still, it's like it's a little bit less than $1,000. It's like in the 900s, like 950, 960 range. It depends, because it includes my water and sewer, and that can fluctuate per month. So let's just say 960. But if I, want it better, right? Want it better looking, more fancier, I would be paying more. I wouldn't be able to save up hardly anything, you guys. Let's be transparent here, okay? Also, I don't have debt. So when I pay off my credit cards, it's me paying off the balance. There are so many people, and I've been here. You make a payment of the minimum payment and it's not moving anywhere. You try to push yourself ahead and all you're doing is paying interest. You make an extra $50 payment. That's going only towards interest. And that itself, it just seems like you're not having anything going for you. Like, you don't see anything going down. The balances is getting higher. So yeah, you guys, it's just like, you have to factor those things in when I share that with you. No additional debt, no car payment, and my rent is fairly cheaper than a lot of people. I've been in my apartment for going on 11 years? Nope, 12 years. Nope, it's 11 years. And yes, it has increased. I was at around 625 when I moved in. So you figure, where am I at now? It's like a $400 difference, almost a $400 difference. But I know there's other places where it's just so high. And another thing I would want to mention is that I know we complain about things getting higher, rent getting higher, but you have to take into consideration this. Sometimes we do have to be truthful with ourselves, okay? Because whether you own a home or whether you rent, these are properties, okay? Just like we see car insurance rising, also home ownership, home escrows, those things are increasing, because guess what? The places, insurance, like the cost, how can I say it? Like when things are evaluated, right? Insurance has gone up. Whether it's on cars or home insurance, that has gone up, tripled. Who is that going to affect? It's going to affect the homeowner. We, as a renter, no, of course, we're not homeowners, but that has to trickle down to us. So, sometimes you want to be in these nicer areas, nicer apartments. When that property gets looked at in regards to value-wise, and just like in general, if you live in an area right? Where these houses were selling like crazy for high prices. When that area gets evaluated, because of those evaluations, the insurance has gone up, because guess what, if something were to happen to your house, the higher cost it takes to fix it, right? So I know we never want to see things increase, but unfortunately, being realistic, things are just going to increase. Unfortunately, newer cars have more tech, more things to fix, insurance is increasing. And I will say this, I know for a fact that some of us that have older cars, we see an increase in ours as well, because it trickles down to us, even though our cars haven't changed much in value, right? There was a time where used car prices were just as high as newer cars, during that time frame. So I will say this, yes, we never want to see things increase, but I think it's very, very important for us to be realistic in knowing that the prices or increases have to come from somewhere. These properties, apartment complexes, are not going to take the fall for these increases. They're going to pass that on to the residents, just like homeowners. Their escrow, which includes like their homeowners insurance and property taxes. Property taxes for renters are included in our rent too. So all of these things are assessed based on different things, so that does get trickled down, whether it's to the homeowner or renters. I see a lot of things that are like, oh my goodness, rent has gone up. Yes, it has, but imagine for them running a business, those costs gets put to the renters, right? And the good thing is that, if you live in I can't say if you live in a larger complex that it equals out, I can't say that, but like I've been at my complex for a long time, right? 11 years, and my rent, like when people come in now, their rent is like their rent will be like $500 more than what I pay. But I will say this, I have seen rent start to decrease, so that's good too. Not for me, but like if people were to move in now, it's not as high. I seen it at $1,600. Now it's like $1,400, and then it went down to like $1,300. So times are changing a little bit, but I just want to say, just be realistic. We move from one place to another. We want newer things. Just know that newer things come with a higher cost. So yeah, but yeah, that's my 2023 financial success. 2024, to be honest, you guys, if I can save up $5,000, I will be happy. Yeah, if I can save up $5,000, I'll be happy. I feel like it's going to be more than that. Because so far for January, I'm saving up $500 with no issues, okay? So we'll see how this goes, because I do have medical expenses. So yeah, if I can save up $5,000 this year, I'll be good. I do want to get to $50,000, but I don't think that's going to happen this year, and that's okay. Another thing, I've been plugging in my numbers from my W-2, my interest, and all of this. Your girl's gonna owe on taxes of like $800, $900. I've been owing on state before. I haven't had to owe on federal since I was like, even when I was younger, I always think I got like a refund. But I know for the past couple of years for the state, I've had to pay like $200, $300, but I actually owe like $500 something for federal. So I am not as fast to file my taxes this year because I don't have any money coming back to me, which is okay. And the good side of it, there's like two sides, right? It's like some people definitely like to have a refund. A refund is good because that's like what they call it, a windfall. Oh man, I never put on the thing. That's like a windfall of savings, right? It's like a huge chunk of savings. But at the same time, that savings technically could have been in a savings account earning interest. So you have to think about it that way too. In the past, I was just happy to get a refund. This year, not. I have to owe, which I feel happy about. That I didn't let my money go to waste. I got enough taxes taken out of my jobs, let's put it that way. So I was able to put that money into a 4.0% interest earning high yield savings. But whatever, y'all. But yeah, that's what I just wanted to talk to you guys about. I hope once again everybody's doing well. Talk to me about finances. Talk to me about how you guys are doing, what I talked about. I feel like 2023 was a good year for me. I feel like 2024 is going to be even better because I'm focusing on myself. No, I no longer work at Amazon, so I don't have extra income coming in, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with. I'm really just focusing on my mental health and my physical health as well. I do want to still save, but not as aggressively, because times is changing. I have medical bills I have to pay, you guys. I have bills I gotta pay, which ties into me being physically and mentally healthy, okay? And I may talk about that in the future. I don't know, because once again, this is what I'm doing right now is on a personal journey. And sometimes I just want to keep it personal, right? I'm very open with you guys, so I may come back in 3 months to let you guys know how everything is going. But I don't want to just update every week on things, because I'm very open with you guys. I think it's important to be open, just like I'm open with my finances. I am also open with my struggles, my successes. And yeah, I will continue to do that. I'm not doing like the monthly or weekly, like my paycheck budgets. I'm not doing any of that. Like I mentioned to you guys in the last video of 2023, 2024, my plan is to definitely, you know, touch bases with you probably like every 3 months to catch you guys up on life, what's going on with my finances. But yeah, I'm not trying to save a huge amount. I don't know if I can save a huge amount like I did before. But yeah, let's see how everything plays out. You guys see I got 2 school loans left, and I'm hoping it gets wiped out under the SAVE program. So we'll see how this goes. If it can get wiped out under the SAVE program, I'll be happy, because a bulk of that $5,300, let's face it, is interest. Okay, it's interest. So if that can get wiped out, I won't be mad. Nobody can be mad if that gets wiped out, because basically a bulk of people's school loans is interest. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for chit chat with me. Thank you guys for watching. May we have a wonderful year. Take it one day at a time, and yeah, I'll be talking with you guys soon. All right, bye.